Go ahead.
Hey Tim, thanks for taking the time to meet with me this morning, and I appreciate all the information you gave me about your current occupational health care provider and some of the issues that you're currently having with that provider. Before I go on any further, I want to make sure that I understood you correctly. You had mentioned with your current provider that oftentimes it's a struggle for you to get paperwork returned to you, specifically drug screen results and physical exam results. And you mentioned that often you're doing some time-sensitive hiring, and that can really hinder that onboarding of new employees. Did I understand you correctly?
Absolutely, yeah, that's a big concern with our organization.
Okay. The other thing I noted here, Tim, was that you felt that with your current provider, that the physicians who are treating your employees who are injured on the job, they're not really familiar with your business and how an injured employee can affect your business and ultimately the bottom line of your business. Did I understand you correctly as well?
It's like they don't understand what we need from our employees and getting them back to work, so it's tough right now.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Tim, you're not alone with those concerns. In fact, I hear those same concerns from a number of my clients. And quite frankly, Tim, we've heard those same concerns from clients all across the country within Concentra. So it really caused us as an organization to take a step back and look at ourselves and the product and services we're delivering. And Tim, Concentra has been around for a long time. We're the largest provider of occupational health care. We treat 1 out of every 7 injured employees on the job. Having said all that, we weren't convinced that we were the best. So we really wanted to, like I said, take a step back and objectively look at our business and how we provide the service that we do. So we started with some primary research, Tim, and that involved us reaching out to our current clients. And we hosted client forums where we invited our clients in to talk about Concentra, what they liked about us, what they didn't like about us. And it gave us some really great feedback about kind of taking the pulse on what our clients need and what they want from an occupational health care program. So that was great. We gathered a lot of great data, and then we did some secondary research and much more objective research. And so we contacted some experts in the medical field, including the American Medical Association, the American College of Occupational and Environmental Medicine. And our secondary research again gave us some great data. And through our primary and secondary research, it was identified that there are 10 components to a best-in-class occupational health care program. Now, you had mentioned a couple things that we discussed earlier in the meeting. You had mentioned that the fact that the physicians who are treating your employees aren't really familiar with your business and how it affects your business. So, for example, that would fall under building physician relationships. Mm-hmm. The other thing you mentioned, Tim, was that not getting your paperwork in a timely manner really affects your ability to onboard people, which really can affect your productivity.
Exactly.
So under the top 10, that would fall under structured and managed communication processes.
Okay.
So this gave us a great list of the services that we needed to focus on to provide the best service for our clients. So what we did is then we had to take these 10 and figure out how we were going to deliver those in all of our clinics across the country. And it really caused us to retrench our entire business. And it was really interesting because we had to take these top 10, and then what we did as an organization was created a delivery system. So how are we going to deliver these 10 components in our clinics across the country? So what we came up with as a delivery system is what we call the 4 keys to the best-in-class occupational healthcare program. And that starts with employer engagement. It's kind of like what you and I are doing right now, Tim. I'm meeting with you. I'm learning about your business and your needs and any issues you're having with occupational healthcare services. The second one is patient engagement, and that involves making sure that every patient who walks into our clinic across the country is welcomed, they feel cared for, and they feel like they're receiving great treatment. The third one is clear communications, and we talked about that a little bit earlier, but we feel like the more you and I can communicate, the more you and our physicians can communicate, the better it is for everyone involved. And then the fourth is quality medical outcomes, and that's making sure that our treatment philosophy, which is early intervention and early return to work, is followed by all of our physicians across the country.
So would I be able to talk to the doctors at your facility?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'll get into that a little bit more. But the first one I wanted to touch on was clear communications, Tim. And I've been in this business a long, long time. And I really feel like it's almost one of the most important parts. We need to understand what you need. You need to understand what we do. And we need to hear about it when things don't get right. Don't go right. So.
Okay.
What we do as an organization is we focus on clear communication in a number of different ways. One would be management reports, and that is automated reporting. It's basically our scorecard to you about how we're doing, and I'll show you an example of that later. Another one is communication packages. And Tim, I want to show you an example of our automated communication reports. So when a patient checks into our clinic, or more importantly, when they check out, you will get this via email or fax, and it will tell you the time the patient checked in, the time they checked out, the total length of their visit, and why they came into our clinic. Now, Tim, this is really going to benefit you because on your pre-employment, time-sensitive hiring, you're going to get confirmation that the patient came into our clinic and did, in fact, do a pre-employment drug screen.
So how quickly would I receive something like that?
This is generated automatically when a patient is checked out of the clinic. So it depends on how many reports are in the queue, but anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes.
Okay. Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's really going to help you. What's going to help you more, Tim, is the fact that we have a product called eScreen that will allow you to receive your drug screens online. So you're going to get 2 emails, Tim. You're going to get confirmation that John Doe came into our clinic for a pre-employment drug screen, and then you're going to get a second email with a prompt to take you to a portal to find out John Doe's drug screen results.
Oh, I like that.
So I really think that's going to streamline your hiring process and really improve your ability to onboard people in a timely manner. The second thing I wanted to talk about, Tim, was employer engagement. And as I mentioned, that's kind of what we're doing right now. But one component of that is, having a relationship with our physicians. And so we really feel as an organization that the more knowledge a physician has about your business and the physical demands of what your employees are going through, the better they're going to be able to treat them. So we really encourage client meetings with our physicians to tour your facility. Another thing that we really try to encompass when we're engaging our employers like yourself is an onboarding process which involves a welcome kit. It will tell you who to contact if you can't find a drug screen result or if you have questions about work restrictions. We really encourage that our center leadership team embraces you as a client.
Right.
Our center leadership team, just by the way, consists of the center medical director, center therapy director, center operations director, and then an account executive like myself.
Okay.
I just want to take that one step further. I really feel like, Tim, once a physician is engaged with you and your business, it really provides them a better opportunity to provide you with better quality outcomes, quality medical outcomes.
Right.
If they understand that you do have a light duty program, that an employee can return to work before it's completely medically stable, it's going to benefit you. And Tim, really what that looks like in the long run is additional cost savings to you. And we talked about management reports earlier, and I want to come back around to that with you. Our reporting does allow you to identify all the injuries that we treated. It breaks it down by body part, average cost per case. There's also some really other great valuable data that will show you average case duration, average number of physical therapy visits per case, some things that will really allow you to manage your work comp program, reduce the cost to your company,
Sure.
and ultimately improve the health of your workforce.
Well, that's cool. As you know, as we talked on the telephone when you contacted me, we've got about 4 or 5 injuries a month.
Wow.
So it's heavy. But so what's all this going to cost me to get all this stuff?
This is all free. All the reporting's free.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is it's just part of our service to you. But what I really would like to do now, Tim, is schedule a time for us to come out with our physician and meet with you and the other members of your safety team and schedule a tour so our center medical director can learn more about your employees and the job they're doing.
Okay. Well, as you know, when we talk, we've got a safety manager that's runs most of our departments here. I'd like to just schedule a time with him to see what his schedule looks like, and then we can get together and meet.
Sounds good.
If that would work for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is exciting. I think you guys, if you can really come through with all of this, I mean, if, you know, I've heard these stories before, so I'm anxious to see some of this put in place.
It's exciting. Yeah, as I mentioned, we really revamped our business and really have a clear focus on what we need to deliver to make sure that we're providing a best-in-class occupational health care program. So Tim, I'm going to follow up with you in a couple days, and hopefully we'll get a meeting scheduled.
That'd be
with your
perfect.
safety.
I'll talk to Todd and see what his schedule looks like, and we'll put something together.
Great. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Dan. Nice meeting you.